Alright, my friends, I want to give you guys a really quick video on my garden irrigation system. Now, this from right here to that fence is 45 feet, and this is a pretty big lot that we have here. The house is sitting on an 8,600 square foot lot, and easily half of it, or more than half of it, um, is like this jungle. Now we've got a bunch of fruit trees and such, and they never had irrigation in this backyard, and I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. So I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that. So one of the things, of course, is that you put PVC piping along somewhere so you can put sprinklers or irrigation of some sorts. But I don't have time to do that. I don't know how to do that. And I just figured, you know what, maybe I could get a hose like this and water it, but it takes too long to hose each tree. Like 10 minutes each tree takes forever. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 trees, not counting this one, not counting the palm trees, plus 4 grapevines growing over there in my pergola that I made, that I got 95% of the wood for free from OfferUp. So my idea was something simple, something fast. How can I do this? Because this is a pain in the ass. Um, so what I did was I got this pipe, this plastic tubing here, and it's called a PVC flexible tubing 5/8 ID 7/8. There are supposedly wider, bigger hoses than the 5/8. There's like a 7 or 3/4, and people are saying that those can give you more water faster, more pressure, this and that. And one of the problems I was having was that after 45 feet, I wasn't having a lot of pressure over there. The last 2 trees in particular were getting a very small trickle. But let me show you what I did first. So this does need to be replaced because it should not be leaking like that. And I got a 2 valve, and one is you can shut one off, you can turn one on, so that's pretty neat. And what I did here was that I got this um, tubing, and I got PVC. Now one of the things you can do here to connect them is you can actually super glue them. I still need to do that, but as you can see, it holds on pretty good even if you just squeeze it in there. And on the other end, what I did was, as you can see, I've been watering for about, I don't know, 10 minutes. It's a lot of water. So what I did here was basically I put 2 pieces together, you know, one for the hose and then one for the nozzle. And you buy the one that has the shut off valve. And obviously this thing is not running at full speed there because, oh, and look, it pops out if you don't glue it. And see, there, just like that. So I gotta glue that thing. But as you can see, that is not at full open, okay? And what I did here was I made a shallow trench, and some of it's not even really in a trench. It's just a little bit of dirt and rocks over to protect it from if I'm mowing the lawn. And then I come out with another T here, and again, shallow trench, comes right out, and you can see how much water is coming out here. And maybe I have to open that one up a little bit more, but again, there's the water again, another T connector, and look how much water there is already there. And let's take a look at how much. Oh goodness, there's a pond already. That's a lot of water coming out of there. Whereas before, it was barely coming out because I had low pressure. And that's always a problem that people have. You see a lot of videos about low pressure, good grief, look at that. I made a pool over here. That's quite a bit of water coming out of 45 feet. Now it's not under high pressure. It's not under high pressure, but it is coming out. Look at that. Very nice. Look at the size. Oh man, that's a pool. You go swimming in there. And water's coming out here, or it's coming out of here. I gotta make like a pool around this one better. But it's full, man. It's full. About 15, 20 minutes. So in any case, what I did there was this one here and that one over there has a valve, as you saw. You know, has the valve, and you basically close the valve and then you open it a little bit to where all 4 of these get flooded equally. I need to make a pool here of dirt to have a better idea of how much maybe I need to open that a little bit more, even though there is quite a bit of water coming out. So it's all a little bit of balancing. That one's pretty full. Maybe I need to close that one up a little bit, open this one up a little bit. These 2 do not have valves, and you saw how much water was really flowing nicely out of those. So it's a good idea for those of us who do not want to be digging trenches with PVC pipe, and then all of a sudden, what happens? Water pressure. That's always going to be a problem sometimes. And so this worked out really well. I'm going to shut this down because that's too much water already. Okay, so there you go. That's enough water. Giant peach trees. Ooh, so in any case, I'm going to be doing the same thing over here. I got a regular hose. I'm going to be doing my PVC connection, my vinyl connection over there. Now, let me show you. Now I got of that vinyl, I got 100 feet. So I got to do the same thing over here. 2 trees over here, another mandarin tree over there. And I'm going to make another connection over here. Look at this girl. Hi, girl. I'm going to make another connection here and run some more hoses here. And these will be done in like 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes. And these will get full of water. But I wanted to show you what the hose look like. It's flexible, slightly buried, not too much. And here's what it looks like compared to a quarter. Okay, so the 5/8 ID 7/8 PVC, I got 100 feet for $119 with shipping on eBay. Some of the hoses cost the same, so I'm not sure if you want to bother with a PVC pipe or hose, flexible hose like me, or you just go to a store and buy yourself a regular hose and then cut that thing up. I don't know. You tell me whatever your price range is. I'm not sure how long this one is, but this thing is super massive. And you don't have to buy a fancy hose either. You could buy a cheaper hose, but it all depends on how much yard you have, because that hose, obviously, what's left over is going to go over here, because that's 100 feet, about 100 feet of this stuff. So it'll work. So obviously it does work really nicely. You can super glue it so that the hose doesn't pop out of the PVC little connectors, T connectors, and otherwise, thank goodness, it'll be done real fast. And I got to do the same for the front, because we got 2 palm trees in the front and 2 fruit trees in the front, and then we got a gang of tomato planters on the side of the house in the back there. Like 3 tomato planters and a bunch. Oh my God, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. So anyway, quick hack, easy to do. Don't have to dig a whole trench system. Just run the hose, cut it to where you need it. Put T connectors, boom, with valves, just in case you don't have enough pressure at the end of your destination. Put a couple of valves, limit the valves, how much they're open. And as you saw, lots of pressure, or lots of water coming out. Not high pressure, but definitely a lot of water coming out of the last 2 trees that were having some issues, because all the water was coming here and here. All right, thank you.